Today we're talking about off-road camping trailers. A buddy of mine bought what he thought was a tough off-road trailer. Big tires, beefy frame, the whole adventure look. But only after a few rough trails, the suspension sagged, the underbody scraped, and the trailer spent more time in the shop than on the trip. Because here's the thing, most off-road trailers are built to look rugged, not survive the real world. Which is why today, I'm breaking down the few off-road camping trailers that are actually worth your time, money, and adventures. Let's go! Now, if you've ever wanted to go absolutely anywhere, like anywhere, you have to start with this one. This is the TrailPod Cricket. At under 441 pounds, this compact South African-built beauty can hitch behind almost any vehicle. No special license, no heavy-duty truck required. Just hook up and go. And don't let the size fool you. Open those two doors and you're greeted by a full-width fixed mattress, mood lighting, USB ports, and reading lights. This is glamping in a box small enough to follow a 4x4 down any trail. That side-mounted kitchen flips out like a scene from a camping magazine. Stove, prep area, all of it ready in seconds. Foam composite panels keep it lightweight and weather tough. And yes, the roof handles a rooftop tent if you want to bring a friend. The honest catch? It's cozy, no bathroom, and storage fills up fast. Starting around $10,000 US, it's incredible value. But if you need a little more room to stretch out, well, our next camper takes that same adventurous spirit and gives you a whole lot more square footage to work with. What if your off-road trailer could genuinely feel like a base camp? Not just a place to sleep, but an actual home in the middle of nowhere. That's exactly what the Bushwakka Sundowner delivers. Built in South Africa for serious off-road adventure, this rugged caravan is designed to go where the wild things are and make you incredibly comfortable once you get there. The showstopper? That 270-degree bush fan awning that unfolds into a full enclosure. One moment you're parked in the middle of nowhere, the next, you've got a shaded outdoor living room big enough to actually live in. Step inside and you're standing upright. No crouching, no crawling. The slide-out kitchen stretches wide enough to cook for 4, with a full-size fridge, 2-burner stove, and stainless prep surface. Meanwhile, 400 watts of roof solar and 165 liters of water mean you're staying out longer. Fair warning, at nearly 1,900 pounds, smaller SUVs need not apply. But around $18,000 to start, it punches well above its weight. Most trailers follow you to camp. The Bean Pod from Bean Trailer stays at camp, and that one difference changes everything. From the moment you lay eyes on it, you know it means business. That rugged overlapping aluminum shell, the molly panel roof rack, the swivel lights. This isn't your average gear hauler. It looks like an adventure waiting to happen. Just unhitch the Bean Pod at camp, throw your rooftop tent on the integrated RTT brackets up top, and drive away to explore. Your base camp stays put, your truck stays free. Back at camp, the rack-out kitchen drawer slides out with your stove, sink, and fridge, all right there. Cloud Air Ride suspension keeps the ride buttery smooth on rough terrain, and 18 color options mean yours looks exactly how you want it. Fair warning, there's no built-in bed or bathroom. Your RTT and tarp territory here. Starting around $24,000, this is a purpose-built base camp for people who want to go further. But if the idea of sleeping in a proper bedroom off the beaten trail sounds good, our next camper is where things get serious. This next one is for the American purists. If you want a hand-built expedition trailer that punches way above its size, the Backroads Trail Series is worth every penny of your attention. Made in Missouri from the ground up, this hard-sided aluminum cabin looks purpose-built for the backcountry, because it is. Rugged, compact, and tough enough to handle rock-crawling trails that would stop most trailers cold. What will stop you cold? That rear split-door galley kitchen. Swing it open, and you've got a slide-out stainless sink, a National Luna fridge freezer, and a folding prep table, a full outdoor cooking setup that rivals rigs twice its size. Inside, a queen mattress and max air roof fan keep sleep comfortable, while 38 gallons of fresh water and up to 300 ampere hours of lithium means you're genuinely off-grid for days. The catch: when weather turns ugly, your kitchen is outside. Starting in the mid-50s, it's a premium buy for 2. And honestly, that kitchen outside problem is the one thing that keeps it from being perfect, which brings us to a camper that finally solves it. When a brand known for equipping the world's most serious off-road rigs decides to build their own expedition camper, you pay attention. This is that camper. Meet the ARB Earth. That patented exoskeleton tubular steel chassis tells you everything about what this thing was built for. This isn't glamping. This is going places most trailers would never survive. But here's the visual moment that'll stop your scroll. Hit a button and the entire rear clamshell door drops down and becomes the floor of your camp living room. A full canvas space unfolds behind it. Standing room, shelter, home base, in minutes flat. Inside, a queen bed with real headroom waits, while a massive 96-liter dual-zone ARB fridge slides out alongside a full stainless kitchen setup. And of course, it's wood-free fiberglass construction, which means zero rot, zero worries. The trade-off? At 3,250 pounds, smaller SUVs will struggle. Around $50,000 US, it's built to outlast everything. And if you've been thinking this is impressive, but where's the bathroom? Our next camper heard you, and it only made 30 of them.
Only 30 of these exist in the world. And the moment you see one unfold, you'll understand why people are fighting to get one. The ultimate Camper X30 is a limited edition 30th anniversary build from Australia. And that aerodynamic pod shape rolling down the trail already turns heads before you've even set up camp. Then, the magic happens. The sides fold out, the 360-degree awning wraps around, and suddenly you've transformed a compact trailer into a full canvas base camp, complete with a U-shaped leather lounge, carbon fiber surfaces, and a king-size memory foam bed waiting inside. That 1,340-liter front storage compartment opens electrically. Just press a button and pack it full. The stainless slide-out kitchen handles serious cooking, and 300 ampere-hours of lithium keeps everything running deep into the backcountry. The honest trade-off? Canvas walls mean it breathes, but not always in a good way when temperatures drop. At around $55,000 US, exclusivity has a price. But what if you could get that same wow factor with 4 solid walls and what might be the most jaw-dropping feature we've seen yet? That's next. This is what happens when someone builds a teardrop camper with absolutely zero compromises. And then adds a skylight above the bed so you can fall asleep staring straight up at the stars. Meet the BRS Sherpa, that aggressive, futuristic one-piece aluminum shell rolling on massive off-road tires. Looks like it belongs on a movie set, and it goes just as hard as it looks. But that moongazer skylight above the queen bed, that's the kind of detail that makes you never want to go home. Flip open the rear hatch and a full outdoor kitchen appears. Dual drawer fridges, 2-burner stove, hot water, and a serious prep bench. The 270-degree awning turns any campsite into a living room, and independent air suspension means rough trails are just part of the fun. The honest trade-off? At $60,000 plus, it's a serious investment. And inside, it's mostly just bed. But if this thing excites you, wait until you see what our next camper does with twice the interior space, including something no other trailer on this list pulls off. What if your off-road trailer had a downstairs lounge and an upstairs bedroom? That's not a concept. That's the Arkto C10, and it'll make you do a double take. This Canadian-built pop-up square drop looks compact on the trail, but pop that roof and you suddenly have nearly 7 feet of standing room inside. A queen bed sits up in the loft while a full 3-person lounge with a swivel table lives below. It feels like a tiny apartment on wheels. Those 3 panoramic pop-up windows flood the interior with light and views, making the space feel twice as big as it looks. Outside, a massive slide-out kitchen with a 113-liter fridge handles serious meal prep, and over 1,200 liters of exterior gear storage means you're packing everything. The honest catch? That pop-up roof needs setting up before you can stand inside or sleep. Starting around $46,000, it's clever engineering wrapped in adventure-ready design. But our final camper? It skips the setup entirely because it was built for one very specific type of trail that most of these can't even attempt. We've saved this one for last, because if your adventures take you deep into tight forest trails where every other trailer on this list would get stuck, this is the one that was built specifically for you. The Atlas Outdoors AppalachianX. That narrow body profile slips through trees that would stop wider rigs cold, sitting on 21 inches of ground clearance with air suspension underneath. This thing goes places.
Pop the top and you're standing at nearly 6 feet 8 inches inside. But the real showstopper is outside. Both the front and rear slides open simultaneously, forming a full U-shaped outdoor kitchen with a fridge, sink, 2-burner stove, and serious counter space. Wrap the 270-degree awning around it, and you've got an outdoor kitchen that most apartments would envy. Molly racks line the exterior for recovery boards and gear, while Truma heating and on-demand hot water handle cold night comfort. The honest trade-off? When weather rolls in, most of your living space is outdoors. Starting at just under $48,000, for a rig that goes places nothing else on this list can follow, that's remarkable value.
That's the list.
Every one of these earns its spot, but which one actually fits your adventures? Drop it in the comments. And don't just stop here. If you're more of a truck camper, I've got just the list for you here. I'll see you there.